He said for a guy who's still improving and working hard um, on the processing part of the game, meaning he's got some obviously physical capabilities that are good, but processing is what they've worked on him with a lot. What are you seeing? What are you going to do with what you see? Even when he has been not at his best as a processor, going back to last year, he's never put the ball in harm's way very much. I mean, every once in a while, like Giants, he had 3 picks. We know, but for the most part, very careful with the football. And the person who I was talking to said that that you're sort of ahead of the game when you're really not yet there as a processor, but you're not making bad decisions because they often go hand in hand. How you process versus the kind of throw you're going to make against a coverage, and whether or not it's going to be a good throw or a risky one. He's never made an abundance of risky throws, and you saw against the Vikings just a really good concept of what he wanted to do based on what the defense was given. And you're right in that the way they structured their defense, some of the openings were right there for him, and he took it. And so you don't have to necessarily go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. But there were also times where he immediately noticed their umbrella, their back. I've got a guy who's going to leak out. They're going to rush for. I'm going to leak my either my running back or tight end out, and he's going to pick up a lot of yards because everybody's backed up. And that's probably not the first read, but in his mind, he made it that way because he saw the coverage that way. So that's the processing that you're starting to see come along. Definitely his most complete game. And Adam, for the first time, I think you'd agree that you actually saw also him not just stay in the pocket. He stayed in the pocket more so, even as it was getting pinched around him. But that enabled him to make some pretty good downfield throws. The feet were set, even against deep coverages, like the one to Quez Watkins, the one to AJ Brown right side, and of course the two that he threw to Goddard. One was dropped, but it was a great throw. And then the other later was against a very deep coverage, a very umbrella coverage, but he was able to fire it in between the linebacker and the safety for about a 24-yard gain. I think it was either right before the half or right. I can't remember right now. But so you saw a variety of throws from this man. It was fantastic quarterbacking.